So let's make some of these absolutely gorgeous, very quick and easy 5-minute window pockets for your junk journals. Hi guys, this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So we're going to make some super quick and easy window pockets today. So what are you going to need if you would like to craft along? I've got some book pages here. Now these are a smallish book, so let me just give you the approximate sizes. Though they're like a 4x6 kind of book page. So, and I've torn those out ready and put them into 2s. And the reason I put them into 2s is just so they're a bit more durable. You're going to need some acetate or transparency film, something see-through. You could even use, you know, the Polly Pockets things, you know, the A4 clear pockets if you wanted. And then you're going to need some papers. Now, again, I'm using digitals, and I say this all the time, but I'm using digitals because that's what I predominantly have these days. You don't have to use digitals. You could use scrapbook paper. You could use, you know, wrapping paper, wallpaper, anything that you want to use. And that's kind of it. Then you're going to obviously need your scissors. You're going to need some glue, and I'm going to be stitching these. Now, if you're not stitching, you can obviously glue them. But I'm going to be stitching mine. So they're hopefully going to just be very, very quick to make. So I'm going to take some of my paper, and what I'm going to first of all do is cut it down to the size, oops, to the size of my pages. In the, what do you call it, you know, orientation that I want it. So just take that down like that. So that's one. And that's my perfume collection paper. So that's that one. Then I don't want to do them all the same. So I've got some on the back, which is the hydrangea paper. So again, just going to take that down there. And obviously I can trim these up afterwards. So if you're thinking, oh gosh, she's made a terrible job of cutting them, I can trim them down afterwards if they look really shoddy. So right, trying to do them all differently. So this one I'll put here. This is from my sewing collection papers in the, I think this is the pinks and greens. Maybe. Then on the back of there, we've got some of my buildings paper, so I'll just do that one. Hopefully we're going to get lots of really different looks here. Now obviously we're going to be making these, like I say, like window pockets, so it's up to you really. I was about to say obviously, again, that's just my new latest word that I'm struggling to, you know, stop saying constantly. I'm going to put this here actually. Yeah, so it's up to you if you want to have an empty window, if you see what I mean, and you'll see what I mean more once we've made these, or whether you want to put something in your window or behind your window. So obviously I've said that I'm going to be using the transparency film, but if you didn't want to use the transparency film, then what you could do is put like a book page image or something like that in there. I'm not going to do that one because that's similar to the other one. I'm really trying to get lots of different looks. So this one we'll do here. Okie dokie. Yeah, so I mean, you could always put book pages in. Obviously then your pockets are not going to be see-through, so you're not going to see what's inside the pocket. So, you know, that's fine too, as an alternative kind of different sort of style pocket really. So, and then I'm going to do this one. This is from my Yellow Roses collection. Oh, and that other one, sorry, the last one was the Vintage Desk. I think it was set 2. Okay. So like that. Right. So then what you want to do is, I'm going to do these as torn pockets in the middle, torn windows in the middle, because I haven't got you know, like a big enough like oval like die cut type thing or anything like that. So I'm just going to use my scissors to get me started, and then I'm going to tear it round. So I'm going to not fold, but, you know, just squish the pocket like that, or squish the piece of paper like that. And then I'm going to go in and just tear that round. Oops, she says. It's not very simple so far. So far it's causing me a lot of problems. Right, there we go. So now I'm going to try and do this in some sort of like ovalish shape. Now, obviously, it doesn't have to be an oval. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's, you know, it's all going to be fine. But a kind of oval shape. I mean, obviously, the fact it's torn, it's not going to be like, you know, a perfect oval or anything. But just to get some sort of shape going. So, like that. Okay, so I mean, you know, I'm quite happy with that. I think that looks fine. So then what I want to do is take my transparency film, and I'm going to cut that down to my pocket size. Now I'm just wondering how I'm going to get the most out of this piece of paper. So, well, not piece of paper, but the transparency. So let me just check, because there might be a way that I can get like loads of these. Don't want to do it the wrong way round and find that actually right. Okay, so I'm going to go in here, and I'm just going to cut this down approximately to the size of the piece of paper. Oops. And again, you know, just as I said before, I can obviously trim this down afterwards. So that will be my pocket, and what I will do, I'm going to just stitch it round here in the middle, so separately stitch there, and then I'm going to take the whole thing. What I will probably do actually is stitch the top of the book page together so that I've got a double book page, just so as it's given it a bit of robustness. Stitch the top of this together so that that is also stitched robust with the transparency, and then stitch the whole thing around there. Now, obviously, you could have just cut the transparency to this size. That would be fine too, but this isn't the thickest paper. So I'm thinking if I have the transparency there covering the whole thing, that's making that a really nice thick pocket. So that's that one. Just going to do the same now for all of these. So go around like that. And obviously you could use your glue, particularly I guess for the tops of the pockets. If you didn't want to have to stitch that bit separately, then the glue would be fine. So perhaps I'll glue the back bits at least. So there we go. That one. Actually, just going to tear this. I mean, I like the torn look. I'm not saying that's for everybody, but, you know, I quite like it. So what I'm talking about here is the back piece, i.e., you know, the book page. Just take your glue and then just glue the top of that together. Like that. Just grab my tissue and squish that down. Okay, and what you then do is obviously take your transparency film here, cut that down. Now, I personally would not really recommend gluing the transparency film, only because it sometimes doesn't really want to glue down, you know, because it's obviously that shiny surface. So I personally would still glue across the top here, but the back piece, definitely, that's a bit of a time saver then. Okay, so next one. So, I mean, they're quite quick to do, aren't they? And then again, just take your, I mean, I'm just using the, oh no, we haven't next one, haven't we? Oh, nearly cut that the wrong way, didn't I? Yeah, the reason I'm using the scissors to get me started with the hole is just because otherwise, you know, I'd have to kind of like try and tear into it. So the scissors are just a nice easy way to get you started. Okey-dokey. I mean, I think it's a nice different look having the stitched. Is that the one that I glued? I can't now remember. No, obviously not. So I'm just going to again glue this one down. Like that. Okie dokie. Oh look, I thought I was going to have enough to do that. It's very narrow. I mean, I could always cut this down, to be honest. So yeah, perhaps we'll do that. Just because otherwise that's just silly not to use that, isn't it? So yeah, just have it like that. Okay, I think that's fine. Put that there. Okay, next one. Again, just glue my tops down. What I could do is probably just glue all the tops down. Bit mass making style, you know, assembly line style. So that one. I mean, you know, you don't have to use the double up book page. I'm very clumsy. And so to me, you know, to me, them being single book page, that feels fragile. And, you know, like I'm going to actually tear the paper. So, you know, for me, I find that very helpful to have them doubled over. But if you feel confident that you're not going to be tearing them, then don't bother with this part. Just have it single sheet. And you don't have to use book page. You could do some with sheet music. You could do some with more you know, pretty paper in the background. Anything that you like, really. I just thought this was quite a nice way to use up some book page. And I just happened to have this small book, which was perfect size. You know, it felt to me like it was going to be a perfect size for some pockets. So again, just go in, might just go in and start all of my holes. So trying to be a bit more efficient here with how I'm doing these. Like that. Oops. So now I can just tear my ovals out. Like that. So I hope everybody is having a good day. Maybe you're doing some crafting. I hope you're having a nice time. Oh, it's such a grey day here today. Yeah. I was full of hope. I've put on a summer dress. I've got a cardigan on, obviously, with it. But yeah, it's now looking really grey and actually feels pretty chilly. So after my video, I might have to go and change, because it's clearly not the day I was hoping for. But yeah, very disappointing. And if you're watching this in the UK and it's either like lovely sunshine or maybe it's like really in the depths of winter, I do film ahead. So this may, you know, this may be going out when the weather is completely not what I'm saying it is. But yeah, today it was, well, it was quite bright and sunny and looking hopeful as being a nice day. And now it's just deteriorated completely. Pretty much from the moment I came into my craft room, actually. It just then deteriorated at that point. So yeah, all a bit disappointing, really. So I'm looking after my sister's dogs at the moment. They've gone on holiday. So she's got Beau's mum and dad. And yeah, they've come to stay at our house. So they've only been here so far less than 24 hours. Oh, I'm feeling stressed already. They're not very good at going to the toilet outside, so we're having to like watch them like a hawk. And my daughter's also on half term, so she's keeping them in her room at the moment, and we've got all of the doors shut everywhere in the house, you know, so that they can't go in any room and go to the toilet. But it's proving hard work, isn't it, sweetie? My daughter's just come in. Oh, she's come to get Bo, who was just beside my bed. Not beside my bed, sorry, beside my desk in her bed. I'm on the film. I'm filming. Did you want to say hi? She's come in to take Bo to be in with the other two. Bo was in with the other two, and then she obviously heard me come in here, and she wanted to obviously be in here, so she came in. And now obviously my daughter's now decided that she wants her in there. Weird, because I have to say, although so Jess, you know, Bo's mum, because, you know, my sister's got Slinky and Jess, and that's Bo's parents. Jess, as my son said yesterday, she always looks quite pleased to see Bo. You know, she obviously she knows that Bo was one of her pups, and she always seems quite pleased to see Bo. Now, I have to say, Bo doesn't seem to feel the same way. And, yeah, she doesn't seem ever very pleased to see Jess. So, this morning, I let them out in the garden to go to the toilet. And it was quite amusing because I watched them. And I watched Jess go over to Bo. And her tail was wagging. And, you know, she was like, oh, hi, Bo. You know, kind of look. Oh, sorry, losing the ability to speak. It's because I'm feeling a bit stressed. Yeah, oh, hi, Bo, you know, kind of thing. And Bo just looked at her. She did not have a wagging tail, and she didn't look overly, like, pleased to see Jess. So they'd slept in my daughter's bedroom overnight, and Bo obviously slept with me like she normally does. So maybe Bo was hoping that by the time she'd woken up, it would either have all been a horrible dream, or they'd have actually gone home. But yeah, she was obviously gutted because she then got up and they were in the garden, you know, so she was like, oh, what, they're still here. So yeah, now Slinky's now in my room. Hello, Slinky. Slinky's having a bit of a sniff about. He's obviously like, whoa, I've never seen a room like this before. Sorry, I'm just getting another bit of transparency. Oh, you've brought Bo back. Yeah. Didn't she want to be in there? She wanted to be with me. Bo's generally, like, wherever I am, she's just glued to me, isn't she? Yeah. Do you want to take Slinky back? Because Slinky's not got on a bed or anything. He's going to be a bit bored and uncomfortable sat in here, isn't he? You'll have to lift him. He's, like, literally squashed between Bo's bed and my stool. So he wouldn't have been really enjoying himself for long, would he? I think he just got himself into a corner and then couldn't get out. He was like, whoa, there's such a lot of mess in here. I don't know how to get out. Right, okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take these to the sewing machine, and exactly as we talked about, I'm going to stitch around the, you know, the hole, if you like, and then I'm going to stitch them all to the book page. So I will be back in a minute. Okay, so I'm back. They need a little bit of trimming, but they're looking pretty cute. So, oops, that one's got some threads in it. Oh dear. Honestly, I'm just like such a shoddy sewer. So I've got threads galore, but you know, I don't mind that, to be honest. They look quite cute. I mean, maybe not quite to the level I've got them, but yeah. So I stitched with the black thread because I thought that would show up really, you know, really nicely and kind of best. So just going to take all the threads off. Now, one or two of them I might need to actually trim down because they've maybe just, you know, slid out of alignment while I was stitching them. Like this one here, you can just see got a little bit of the book page kind of poking out to the side. So, you know, you can just then go up and or go through and just trim them. So this one, for example, I'd just trim off that tatty edge. Not that I mind that, to be honest. I think it looks quite sweet with the tatty edge, but maybe not to that extent. Just get those bits off. There we go. This one. So I've got quite a lot of different looking ones, haven't I? So pleased that I used such a variety of papers. Sometimes, I don't know about you guys, but you know, I end up sort of making them with all the same papers. So then I've got like, you know, one particular style of pocket all out of very similar papers, and you know that's obviously not great because you want them for all different journals, don't you? Which then of course you've got them then for all the same journal really. So this one, just tidy up the top as well. This was that one, do you remember that I had only that very small piece of transparency film? This was that one. But to be honest, even that, I thought about that afterwards, and I thought actually it doesn't really matter because it's obviously the transparency film is stitched at the top and then it's stitched around the middle and then it will be stitched at the bottom. So to be honest, I don't think it would even have mattered too much if they weren't really the same width at all. I mean, obviously partly why I did them as wide, if you see what I mean, was to reinforce the paper. But from the perspective of, you know, being the exact right size, I don't think that they would need to be the exact right size, so long as they sort of went more or less the width. I don't think they would even have to be stitched on the sides. You know, they wouldn't have to be as wide, because my concern was if they weren't in the stitching. I mean, that sounds really waffly, but I hope it made sense. It was whilst I was sewing them, I just kind of thought, well, actually, it's attached at the top, you know, because we stitched the top of it. It's attached in the middle where it's stitched around the frame. And then it's attached at the bottom when you stitch the actual pocket together. So from that perspective, I think actually it's probably got enough stitching to sort of hold it, you know, in place without being the full width. Right, okay, so that's the pockets. Let's decorate one or two of these up. So I've got my distress ink here. I don't know why, but I prefer things being distressed. And obviously you could have distressed your book page before you stitched that in as well. I didn't, but you could have done. You might find that you've got book page that doesn't really need distressing anyway, to be honest. Right, let me move Patricia out of the way. Had more sagas with the dogs whilst I had the camera off stitching, you know, sewing. Then the postman arrived, which of course was, you know, all hell let loose when they were all then, all three dogs then barking. I mean, that postman must have thought, oh my goodness, what an awful household. I mean, it must be quite terrifying as a postman, I would have thought. You know, when you get to a house and the dogs are all barking like that. I mean, I guess once they get their regular rounds and they know which dogs live at what house, it's probably less terrifying. But yeah, I always feel a bit like, oh gosh, you know, I wouldn't want to be approaching a house with a bunch of barking dogs. So just quickly ink those. This one. Just doing mass inking now, so you know, for a bit of time saving. Don't really need to ink the black one, to be honest, because it's not really going to show up. That being said, I probably will, just in case it makes a bit of a difference. Don't know how much it will show up here either, but oh, excuse me. Well, it's no more cheerful since I've sewn these. The weather's still just as rubbish, so yep, obviously not going to have any nice sunshine today. Right, okay, let's just line up a few and decorate, say 3. Let's do these ones because they're all quite different looking, aren't they? Okey-dokey. Right, I've got a bunch of fussy cut type pieces here. Let's see what I've got. Right, okay. Oh, I've got some of my street names there. I often forget to use these, but I do really love them when I do remember them. Oh, that's going to look good on that one, isn't it? And I just happen to have this yellow butterfly, which, wow, what were the chances? That just like sort of fell out of the bag. I feel like we're getting a bit many things now, but Just try maybe like that. Yeah, maybe. So ink that. Right, let's glue this down. Oops. There we go. I quite like that overlapped sort of appearance, so I'm just going to sort of layer up like this street name here, and then have underneath it, but sort of touching it, almost like overlapping it, this one. It's doing that cluttered thing again, almost like a cluster, because things look really good like that. There we go. How cute does that look? And then should we have a bit of lace on there? Or maybe some lace at the top. So, I mean, if you wanted to glue the top, you know, on the front piece, you could always cover it with a bit of lace and things anyway. If you didn't want to have like stitching around the edge but not at the top, you could always put some lace on there. There we go. Now, I've done all of these as top loading pockets, but there's no reason why you couldn't do these as side loading pockets. If I'm honest, I hadn't really thought of that, but you definitely could. Put that there. Don't know why I've put everything down this one side of this. Yeah, let's have a bit of bling on here. I think always looks better with bling, doesn't it? Might have a little bit in the butterfly center, like that, and then maybe a bit up here. Just could even have a little typewriter on the side, really. That would look quite cute. Or maybe here at the bottom. That's sweet, isn't it? I wonder if we could make a bit more of that by having a bit of lace. Bit of lace coming out. Oh yeah, that's cute. Right, so I'm going to just hot glue this one down because I want it to just go over that lace and stick the lace down. So okay, just dab off a bit of that hot glue. Oops. Don't know why I've got such a big blob of glue there, but it just came out really enthusiastically at first. Let's put this on. I don't know what's going on with my glue gun. Kind of like isn't really coming out, and then it's all coming out all at once, which is then how I'm ending up with like big blobs of glue on things. So it's not great. Not great at all. And then just want to, oh sorry, I've just got some hot glue threads there. Put that bit of bling at the top. So I mean, they're really quick pockets, aren't they? Just 5 minutes. 5 minutes and they're done. Love the fact that they're window pockets, you know, that's very cute. Yeah, and like I said, I mean, I have done them all top loading, but you could definitely have them side loading. And I hadn't really thought of that until, you know, after I'd stitched them. But yeah, that would look cute too. Right, now I'm just wondering, got some black lace. Or maybe, oh, maybe some sorry silk go across the bottom. There we go. Oh, that's very, very cute, isn't it? Okay. That's the first one. So obviously the top pocket is there. So you stitch it on, stick it on 3 sides, and then you'd have like a side loading pocket and a top one. So yeah, I love these. I love the fact that they're tall pockets, you know. I think that's always the most flattering sort of pocket, really. Right, now what should we put on this one? Oh, how about, I don't know, that might be too much black on there. What about this? It's quite nice, isn't it? Let's see whether we want to have any of that black lace. No. Maybe some ivory lace down the side or something. That's quite sort of cute and all like that, isn't it? So I'm just going to cut this down. Just because I'm wondering whether I might have this at the other side. So on that side, and then on there, or maybe down there. That's quite cute, isn't it? Let's just have the lace go straight down the side. Yeah, I mean, in hindsight, actually, I do wish that I had inked the book page, to be honest. I probably would have liked it inked, I think, a bit better, but it's okay. I don't mind it as it is. Okay, bit of lace. Just going to snip that round. Oh, that's cute. Okay. Like that. I have got a black label. I don't like the fact it's got that sort of gold colour on it. Or maybe even another road, street name. Again, just ink it up a bit. Oh, I wonder if we could have it like that. That's that a bit weird. Probably a bit weird, isn't it? Just spotted. We've got a little camera in here. So I think the camera and the typewriter, I think, are from my... There's like a 3-page fussy cut and a 4-page fussy cut. Set 1 and set 2 and a set 3. So I think they're from those. Quite liking the layering up of pieces for some reason on these. Yeah. Looks quite cool being layered up, doesn't it? Just pop that there. Like that. Whoops. Yeah, that's very cute. And then where did I put my bling? Oh, my desk is beginning to get messy again. I keep having a sort of semi-tidy up, and then I start another project or I do another video and oh, it gets a bit messy again. It's really hard keeping it tidy. Okay. Yeah, that looks pretty, doesn't it? Don't know whether I want anything else on there. I've got a little bit of lace that we could just sort of finish it off like that at the top or at the bottom. I think at the top probably. Struggle with which way round the lace is supposed to go. Really hard to tell. There we go. How nice does that look? And then actually, just wondering, might have one of these number tabs. Oh, it was better before it was inked, wasn't it? Because it then matched the book page, and now I've just made it look like it's not really matching anything. Oh, but I haven't got any more. No, that would be far too straightforward, wouldn't it? Oh, I do have a little pink flower. That's quite cute, isn't it? Let's just try this one. Maybe like that, to be honest. That one up there. Okay. And this one. It's so weird. It's not raining yet, but it's just so black out there. I don't know. Maybe it's better without the rose. Oh, let's have the rose, shall we? That whole more is more thing again, isn't it? So yeah, more is always more. Okay, that one's very cute, isn't it? Right, next one. I don't know what we're going to do with this one yet. Got lots of different colours on here. That's not bad on there. Just ink this up. Oh, that's quite nice on there, to be honest, because those colours in that little bird frame, and these are just my little, I think they're the bird toppers, but they just pick out these colours perfectly, don't they? So yeah, I quite like that. And then just wonder, we might have a bit of lace, and then actually I'm just wondering whether we might have then a bit of this green sari silk. I mean, I do love this, but because we've got just a little tiny touch of green poking out there, so put that down. And could just have, oh, that's gorgeous, isn't it? Right, let's put this one down. Okay. Then, yeah, sari silk just across the top. This is just a really skinny piece of sari silk where I've torn it in half, so it's not like a really big impact on there, but just a little bit. Oh my gosh, that's so lovely, isn't it? Just see. I mean, that's so strange because by rights that shouldn't really go on there, should it? But it kind of looks quite nice on there. Yeah. I mean, again, I'm just pulling in things that are laying about on the desk. Oh, maybe the flower. Let's have the flower. Okay. Like that. I'm just going to glue this bit of lace down, only because I'm going to put a centre in the flower. So I don't want the lace lifting at all, because then the centre would be, you know, a bit of a vulnerable thing. Maybe it is raining outside, because, you know, like when you can not hear the rain coming down, but, you know, like the cars going along, I can sort of hear them like as if they're on wet road. So maybe it's actually been raining, or it is raining, but I can't actually see or hear the rain. I don't know. Just sounds like wet road out there. You know, that sort of noise of when the cars are driving along, it sounds wet. Just see if we want to have anything. Just loving these street names on all of these. They're like they're made for these pockets. They look really, really nice, don't they? Maybe we'll have that there. Okay. Oh my goodness, how gorgeous does that look? Love that. Right, okay, so let's pull in another 3. Don't know whether I've got time to do 3. I'll have to check what time it is in a minute. Let's do these ones that are hopefully sort of looking a little bit different to one another. Right. I mean, that's quite cute on there, which again, that's unexpected. You know, I wouldn't have expected that to really look great, but it does actually look quite pretty on there, doesn't it? Yeah, I was thinking, oh, I need to pull in something yellow, but I actually think that looks quite nice like that. Just try this perfume bottle, maybe on this one. Might have another little bit of lace, I think. Just coming out by the perfume bottle. Oh my goodness, how lovely is that? Just pop this down. Oops. Oh, sorry. Just knocked my glue gun over. Yeah, that's lovely, that, isn't it? Just Destiny glue stick. Okay. Now, wondering on this one whether we might need some green sari silk. Now, I'm thinking this label up here, because it's sort of tying this colour in, isn't it, from down the bottom. Oh yeah, loving that. Okay, and then do we want some green sari silk? Oh, maybe at the bottom. Now, I've only got this little bit here. Tear that in half because it was looking very wide, wasn't it? Now I'm thinking let's just go across and see how far we get, and then we might be able to join this with some more. Like that. Well, to be honest, I don't mind that like that, with just this bit sort of limp and loose hanging. I think that looks quite pretty actually. So yeah, I'm going to leave it like that, I think. Weird, but sometimes, you know, you've not got kind of everything left, or, you know, enough left. And so you do something that you wouldn't ordinarily do. And actually that can be then, you know, a really nice look. I will put some lace across the top just because it finishes that off so much, you know, nicer. Makes it look much more finished, doesn't it? So yeah, bit of lace there. Okay. Oh, I love that. That's so pretty. Let's just see if we want some bling on here, because bling is always good. I just always try and trim off, like, you know, at the edge, I try and trim off the, can you see there? I've got all those little sort of black edges. So I just try and trim those off before I cut it from the strip. Okay. Gorgeous. Yeah, funnily enough, they've gone on holiday today, so they're probably landing around about now, I think. Well, I mean, providing that their flight wasn't delayed or anything like that, I guess. But yeah, but they dropped the dogs off. Natalie dropped the dogs off yesterday because obviously they were, you know, setting off like super early to get to the airport. So yeah, she dropped the dogs off yesterday. Don't know what to put on this purple one. Let's just see what I've got here. Oh, I've got my envelope of fussy cuts here, which I've forgotten about. Oh, I mean, that's not really right on there, is it? But I just suddenly spotted it and thought, oh, I'm loving all those colours. I wish I'd remembered these, actually, because I maybe would have had that on that black one. This, but it's quite small. I've got one of these. This is from my Bright Roses, which I don't know, maybe that's better without that. Got this, which is quite on the big side. Yeah, I mainly print, when I print the butterflies, I do mainly print them 2 to a page, I have to say. So, I mean, obviously, you could print them 1 to a page or 2 to a page, but yeah, I try and print them really 2 to a page because I just find them a bit more, you know, they go on more things when they're 2 to a page, but anything really is fine. Right, let's try this. So yeah, I quite like this. This one of my music toppers. Which again, I mean, I wouldn't have necessarily, you know, expected that one to look, or, you know, pick the music topper, but it looks quite good, doesn't it? So let's put that side, I think. Like that. And then should we have that coming out with some lace a bit? Honestly, everything looks better with lace. Everything looks better with bling, I think. See? Instantly. Just, wow. I can never quite believe the difference that a bit of lace makes, to be honest. Right. I need to do a whole bunch of fussy cutting. So, yeah, maybe I will do that this afternoon because my daughter probably will want to go to the park this afternoon, although not if it's raining. But, yeah, so she'll have done her dog duty this morning while I'm filming. So maybe I will spend this afternoon sat sort of with the dogs on the sofa, either on my laptop, because I'm sort of in the middle of some digis at the moment, or maybe I will do a whole bunch of fussy cutting because I also am quite in need of quite a few things. So yeah, but I'm thinking that will be best to keep the dogs contained, like in one room. I mean, not that they're like running about, but you know, sort of, they obviously want to be with you. So like now they're with her in her room, and Bo's obviously with me. But when she's out, that, you know, they're not going to fit in here because it's not big enough for all 3 dogs. So yeah, I'm thinking where, you know, what will I do this afternoon? I don't want to not be working, but maybe just do something sort of sat down on the sofa, and then that will keep them not occupied, but you know, keep them quiet, keep them happy. Well, otherwise, I mean, where are they going to sit? If I was in here and my daughter's not around, then where are they going to sit? I mean, they could just be outside my craft room, but I don't know whether they would do that, to be honest. That just feels a bit mean anyway, so yeah. Oh my gosh, how gorgeous is this one? I think this is my favourite. Yeah, really, 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 really love that one. Oh, really, really pretty. Right, let's put some bling on this. Although, to be honest, I'm loving this one so much, I'm like, oh, it doesn't even really need bling. It looks gorgeous just as it is. I'm going to just put that bling down there. Okay. Oh, that one is really lovely, isn't it? I really like it. Yeah, definitely my favourite so far. Right, we'll quickly do this one. This one might have to be the last one. I'm not sure how long I've been filming for. But yeah, I'm going to go for this unexpected choice, but yeah, I do quite like it, to be honest, on here. Oh, I can never see the right way and the wrong way of the lace. I think that's the right way. And let's maybe just have this bit coming out here, maybe out at the side. Do we want it the curly side or the, let's have it that side. Okay, put that there. Oh, sorry, I've now got hiccups, which is really annoying. I feel like I've never had hiccups when I'm filming before. I probably have, but yeah, I don't recall ever having hiccups when I'm filming. I saw something else there just now that I thought, oh, use that. Sorry, my hiccups are now getting worse. Yeah, maybe those two. Oh, that's annoying, look. Because I've cut that label. Kind of has to be that side. Oh, let's just put those there. Okay. Just dab out that glue, only because I could tell that there was a lot of glue on there that was about to be seeping out. So, oops. Ooh. Oh, sorry if you could hear my hiccup that time. I've been trying to do them quietly, but my mouth was obviously open a bit much. Haven't had hiccups for ages. I'm sorry if you could hear that one. My mouth was closed, but yeah, for some reason it was just a loud hiccup. Right, that one. And then just going to put the, oops, put the lace across the top. Oh, wish my hiccups would go now. Ooh. Oh, sorry if you could hear that one as well. Sorry. They're getting gradually louder, aren't they? I do apologise. Right, I'm thinking maybe have the bow over there on that side. There we go. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, that one's very pretty now, isn't it? So yeah, let's have a look at the ones that we've done. So I haven't finished decorating this one, or I haven't decorated this one, but I think we've probably been filming for quite a while. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then this one will be 7 once it's decorated. Definitely my favorite is this one, probably closely followed by this one, strangely, and I'm not really a yellow person normally, but I do really like it. I also really like this one, which again, not yellow, but, or not a yellow person, but yeah, loving that one. So yeah, let me know which is your favorite. I hope you like the pockets. I mean, they're very super quick and easy, just a quick, easy, you know, 5-minute window pocket for your junk journals. So yeah, I hope that you like them. Let me know what you think. Let me know your favorite one. Have fun if you decide to make some. I'd really appreciate a big thumbs up as well for this video, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would absolutely love it if you would subscribe to my channel. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks then. Bye.